Hello, and welcome back to the 5 Foot Strong podcast. I am your host, Jessica Gerlock, and since the last episode, we discussed my personal transformation and the now versus then, and how I built that mindset of how I've continued to keep my weight off and maintain my 100-pound weight loss. This episode, we're going to even go one step further and break it down and how I've been able to keep it off. The idea is it's more than just fitness. The idea is you don't need to be bigger to be powerful, but you do need to be stronger, not just physically, but mentally as well. Because real confidence, real self-confidence, it's not just something you think, it's something you feel in your body. That's what gives you strength. It's how you carry yourself. It's your energy, your posture, your presence. And for a long time, I just focused on mindset. But everything changed when I started strengthening both my mind and my body. So that's how I became truly, in my opinion, 5 foot strong. So today I'm going to break it down even further, and we're going to call it the 5 foot strong method, a framework I created based on my personal experience and my knowledge as a personal trainer that combines mental resilience, physical strength, small daily habits that actually support the person you are becoming. And we talked about the small daily habits. Go back in this season and check out that episode. But this is all just an overview of where you should put your focus to if you're trying to get stronger mentally or physically. So let me make this as clear as possible. So what is we're going to call it the 5 foot strong method. In simple terms, the 5 foot strong method is a mind-body approach to confidence, to building strength. Truth is, you can journal all you want. I do it myself. You can say affirmations all you want. But if your body is absolutely exhausted or inflamed, or you're stressed or feel unsupported, you will feel weak. And when you feel weak, you show up small. So this method is about strengthening your mind, supporting your body, and aligning your habits with both. It does not focus on the number on the scale. It focuses on the habits you build over time. Pros of this is, yes, you will lose weight. This is about really becoming someone who feels strong and not just thinks it. So we're going to break this down into a few pillars. So the first one we're going to talk about is mental fitness. Mental fitness, not just mindset, but fitness. I want to talk about this just like you train your body, we're going to train your mind, because your mind totally needs to be trained the same way your body does. This might look like catching negative thought patterns in real time, or reframing instead of maybe going down a downward spiral. It could even look like building emotional awareness. But also, it's all about self-discipline. Not believing every thought you have and kind of filtering through. Because not all thoughts you go through in your brain are positives. You do have negative thoughts. You don't always have to indulge in every insecurity you have. So building mental strength is the ability to pause, take a second, regulate, and respond with intention, not with emotion. And the more you practice that, the less reactive and the more powerful you become. So the next pillar we're going to talk about is, of course, physical strength, fitness. It's about prioritizing your physical strength. This was how I was introduced into the world of fitness or health. I talked about this in my book and before, but I had a trainer who taught me about weightlifting. And there's a feeling when you lift that isn't you don't get with many other things in life. It's a metaphor is like if you can lift up a whole bunch of dead weight off the ground, you're strong. But it's like how much weight can you really handle? And this is a non-negotiable as a pillar of this framework is working on your physical strength and becoming stronger. As simple as possible, how you feel in your body directly impacts how you show up in your life and to people around you. When you feel physically strong, you carry yourself differently. You have more energy, you trust yourself more, you hold yourself up differently, you carry yourself differently. Now, this doesn't mean perfection. Nobody's perfect, and I'm not perfect, not even close. It means moving your body, consistently, not just once a week, oh, I'm going to go to the gym. No, every day you should be going for a walk. Every day you should be doing something. Every day you should be keeping your body active. Our bodies, I have talked about this a million times, and this is really what most people think of a weight loss journey is, food and fitness and prioritizing your physical strength. It means just move your body, and we'll talk about it a little bit more in detail after, building strength and not just focusing on appearance, but focusing on functionality. And also, very important, again, is fueling your body properly. What are you eating? What are you putting in your body? What is your body consuming? Energy-wise, food-wise, content-wise. So, strength training, walking, mobility, whatever it is for you, your body is not just something to look at. It's something that you have to build. And you have every day of your life to build the best project you could ever work on. And once you figure that out, it becomes less of a chore and more of a going for a walk or seeing a therapist. It's something that you're doing to benefit you at the end of the day. And I think that's really important. So another pillar of this framework that we're going to give its own little section to is your nervous system regulation. That third aspect, not a lot of people normally focus on because you can't feel confident if your body is constantly in stress mode. If you're always anxious or overthinking or emotionally reactive, and that's not a personal flaw at all, but let me make that clear. It's dysregulated nervous system. So this pillar is about slowing down your reactions, feeling calm inside, feeling safe in your own body. Some people, who don't love themselves have said like they don't feel comfortable in their own body. Well, this is where you need to focus on because feeling calm is power and strength. And when your body feels safe, you stop chasing that chaos. It's important to work on this. Ways you could work on this is like breath work and, square breathing and slowing down your breathing and, taking a second to ground yourself or walking without your phone or any other distractions and taking in, what you smell, what you see. Try to get into that moment and stop thinking about the past, stop thinking about the future, and really live to take in that moment and calm yourself. Because as I said, calm is power and strength. So it's very important. So how are we going to do all of this? With implementing small daily habits. And because your self-confidence is built in your daily habits, not once a week, not when you feel even motivated, but every single day. This includes every aspect of your day, including how you start your morning, how you speak to yourself, what you consume, food, as I said, even social content. Your habits either reinforce strength or they reinforce inconsistency. And it's important to define the difference. And consistency, also, we've discussed on past episodes, builds self-trust. It's important to trust yourself and build that relationship with yourself. You have to think of your body differently. Is like, yes, the saying is like you only have one body. It's like what you do with it. But it's true. It's like nobody else can do the work for you. And I've realized this many, many times on my own transformation, thinking, is there an easy way out? Is there something quicker I could do? But realistically, and the reason I've been able to maintain my weight is because each day I try my best to participate in daily habits that will only better myself as the person I'm trying to be, and physically and mentally as well. If you really want to start becoming 5 foot strong, open up your notes app for a second and remember these small steps, and they're really easy. Number 1, move your body every single day. Don't sit on the couch for longer than an hour. If you realize you're, sitting too long, stand up, walk around, move your body. It doesn't have to be a crazy workout. Walk around the block, walk around your home. It's very important. Even if it's just 20 minutes, it's key. And that's a daily habit that is important and a non-negotiable for the 5 foot strong, framework. Number 2, I want you to notice one negative thought about yourself that you keep having on repeat. If there's one thing that you're just like, oh, I always look at this one part of my body and I don't like it, or I think about food too much. I don't know what it is, but whatever your negative thought is, whether it be interfering in your fitness and weight loss or your strength goals, it's important to take a note of it. And I want you to try to actively reframe it. Write it down. Say, I'll give you a personal one of mine. I don't like the way my back looks personally. Okay. So, and I keep grabbing my love handles or whatever. I'm going to actively try to stop that. I'm going to actively try to reframe it and be like, ooh, I like my curves. There's each situation about yourself, you have to try to change. So if you notice you say something about, we're all our worst enemies. So we might say something about ourselves that's not true at all, but we keep focusing on it or we keep overthinking it or whatever. I want you to recognize it and I want you to change it. And I want you to try to reframe it into a positive, not a negative. We could always work on things. That's not the issue. Number 3 if you want to start becoming 5 foot strong, is do one thing that calms your nervous system. Calming your nervous system is really important to living a healthy and happy lifestyle. Life can be very chaotic if we let it take over our lives. It's important to take that moment to do the breath work, to ground yourself, to walk, to square breathing, whatever you got to do. If you do these 3 simple steps that I said above, and they're simple, but they're powerful and small steps that you can incorporate into your everyday life, and you do them consistently, it will change how you feel. You just got to give it time and take those steps to become 5 foot strong. There was a time when I looked like I might have had it all together, but internally I felt off. I had low energy. I was overthinking everything in my life. And I was definitely not grounded. And no amount of, positive thinking or journaling or whatever can fix that. The shift that happened was when I started treating myself like I was someone I needed to work that was worth taking care of. I knew that if I wanted to make it to the next decade of my life, there's one thing that's consistent: your health. And if you don't take care of that, it's going to be much harder to live on and be there for the ones that love you and that you love. So, not just mentally, but physically, when I started moving my body consistently and I started eating better and regulating my emotions instead of reacting to everything and calming down and really understanding peace and working on my breath work and calming my nervous system, that's when I stopped really feeling fragile. And that's when I started feeling like I'm supposed to be. And I'm supposed to be this strong, independent woman, physically and mentally. I knew I had the mindset. I had to get the body to match it. But, it's really, you got to break it down. If you take those pillars that I just mentioned, saying mental fitness, physical strength, your nervous system regulation, and you put them all together, take a minute and focus on them. Those 3 things, I'm going to mention them again. If you didn't grab a notes pad, grab it out now or grab your phone. And remember, number 1, move every day. Even if it's just for 20 minutes, it's super, super important if you want to be 5 foot strong. Number 2, notice one negative thought about yourself that you keep having, and I want you to actively try to reframe it. Please, it will make such a difference in your life and how you perceive yourself. It's really healthy and a habit you can incorporate to becoming strong mentally and physically. Number 3, do one thing that calms your nervous system. Whatever it may be. Maybe it be breathing, maybe it be yoga, maybe it be grounding, maybe it be walking, whatever it may be. Take the time to work on yourself. You will only benefit, and other people around you will benefit as well. There is something to becoming strong. Now that I take a step back after my transformation and I've been able to keep it off for a long time, I cared more about being strong than I did care about the number on the scale. It says more about you that you care about. I stand up stronger. I walk into rooms that I would have never had the confidence to walk into rooms with. I believe in myself more. And that is so much more powerful than a number on the scale. And, we're thought to believe that skinny is in. No, strong is in. Remember that. Mentally and physically, being strong is where you need to put your time and effort if you want to improve becoming who you are. The 5 Foot Strong method isn't about doing more. It's about doing something that actually supports you. So ask yourself, do I feel strong in my body? Do I feel clear in my mind? Do my habits support the life that I want? Because the strongest version of you is built daily on your daily habits. It is important to take that time to focus on your health and happiness every day. And I've said it so many times, it's not complicated. Just take that time. Remember, whether you're 5 feet tall like myself or 7 feet tall, we are all strong in our own unique ways. I want to thank you all for tuning into this episode. I think it's really important, and it's giving me some ideas of maybe, simplifying a way that everybody could benefit from my transformation, what I learned, and my knowledge as a personal trainer to help you guys achieve your goals. And again, it's more than just a number on the scale. Strong is being confident. Strong is trusting yourself. Strong is feeling confident in any room you walk in. You stand up taller. You believe in yourself. And each day is an opportunity to get stronger and stronger. So I want you all to have a fantastic day and stay strong.